Hello one, hello all. Welcome back to Talking Tactics, your number one go-to spot for all things EPL SuperCoach. I am the SC Whisperer, joined by my esteemed co-host SC Deadly. My friend, it was a very, very up and down week. Death, taxes, and me getting the better of you once again. But I ended up with a 124. You ended up with a pretty respectable 110 as well. Some pretty big scores across the board, my friend.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's good to be back losing again. I think the my good man Igor Thiago and Quintus Hartman, the two basically locked in first ballot Hall of Famers for Talking Tactics, benched them this week. They both decided they wanted to pop off yet again. So it sort of cost me a bit, but hey ho, making money, we're moving.
Yes, I was not impressed when I did see a notification to say that Igor Thiago had scored a double. Thankfully ruled out through VAR. But I sold Thiago. I boosted to get Salah, so that was like an 11-point swing plus a boost. Not great. I didn't bench my boy Hartman. I did start him and reaped in the 12 points. I had a really good week, actually. I started Cucurella, started Saliba, started Hartman, started Sanchez, obviously. Like a lot of points between those guys. Van Dijk shit the bed with a 6. I bought him in. Who did I buy? I boosted this week for a 7.
Your bought centre back shut the bed for a 6. My bought centre back scored 2. And it was your recommendation too.
Against or for?
Which one? What do you want
to Wait, who got 2? Who did you buy that got 2?
Oh, Sven Botman.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I told you to buy like 4 weeks ago. You've missed the boat.
Well, anyway, it's becoming a bit of a theme with my team that I'm getting my start sits very wrong every single week.
Yep. No, I feel you there. But we're here for Game Week 9. Quick recap on Game Week 8. Yeah, as I said at the top of the show, I'm now into 17-17, which is nice. You're into 5-3-1-9, so still very, very early days. I keep trying to tell people in the WhatsApp that rank means nothing until probably week 25. So, we'll get a better idea as the season goes on. But we had some Champions League football over the weekend. We had some really, really entertaining Premier League games over the weekend. We've got plenty to discuss on today's episode. Let's get into it if I can find my soundbite.
We'll have a look. Of course we'll have a look.
Yes. We're going to go through game by game, talking about the key scorers, the stat highlights, some injury rotation risks, some eye test standouts, and potentially some people on the watch list. First game of the week, my friend. Nottingham Forest nil 3 to Chelsea. 2.35 XG for Forest. They have absolutely sold Ange down a highway. I have somehow got away with a double clean sheet thanks to Cucurella and Sanchez. Nottingham Forest looked like 2011 Barca for the first half an hour of this game. They were just dominant, and to get nothing was absolutely shambolic. Ange Postecoglou gone after 40 days, the second shortest Premier League reign. What can we expect out of the new manager, Sean Dyche, if I can talk? And, mate, when I saw that Sean Dyche was appointed as new manager of Forest, the first name I searched in the database was one Christopher Wood. 4.8 million for big Chris Wood. You've got to have a look. As the soundbite says, of course you have to have a look. Chris Wood at 4.8 million.
Oh my god! That whole team is so cheap now.
Yeah, Forest. I mean, they obviously overperformed massively last year. You expect it to come down a little bit, but I didn't expect for them to have their third manager of the season by game week 9. Obviously, Nuno Espirito Santo has been sacked, and then we saw Ange brought in and sacked after losing 8 on the bounce. I feel really bad for Ange because it was never going to work. But Sean Dyche, he gets Murillo, he gets Milenkovic, 2 big boys at the back, and he gets Chris Wood back up top. You're obviously a former supporter of the Dyche.
I'm still a Dyche fan. Mate, Dyche saved Everton. I'll just quickly say that. He's the reason. Yeah. He's the reason we didn't get relegated multiple years in a row, and he's probably going to be the reason that Forest don't get relegated this year quite comfortably. He's going to go there, play probably a 4-4-1-1 little Brexit hybrid.
Yep. Little false nine action.
Yeah, a little Morgan Gibbs White at 10 into Chris Wood at 9. And just, oh my god, it's going to be so cheap.
Chris Wood's just going to score 15. Chris Wood's going to end up with 15 goals this year.
this is like Dyche's wet dream. Like
Yeah.
this is like what he wanted when he was coaching Everton. It's just he had Calvert-Lewin at 9 who can't finish in front of goal, but now he's got a big lumbering New Zealand guy who can do the exact same thing as Calvert-Lewin but put the ball in the net. So
well,
I think Forest are fine.
Let's not forget that Chris Wood and Sean Dyche obviously linked up at Burnley all those years ago. So bit of a reuniting. But enough on the absolute shambolic situation at Nottingham Forest. Let's talk about Reece James. He's been absolutely world class for the last month. He's England's best right back when fully fit. I'll say that over Trent. It's just staying fit. That's the problem with Reece James. But he's played 90 minutes for the last 4 games in a row. Really, really impressive. 33 points for him, 1 goal, 1 assist, 1 clean sheet. Absolute haul.
That assist is just so horseshit because it was one of the free kicks where he like rolls the ball a centimeter and then Pedro Neto just scored. So it's a little cheap assist, but hey, you take it if you're a Reece James owner.
The big concern is obviously the rotation with him. Like we do see Liam Delap, and it's going to have a flow-on effect. Like we see Liam Delap back into the fold, which would see João Pedro pushed to 10, which would see Enzo Fernandez drop a little bit deeper, which would take up one of those defensive midfielder positions. But the positive thing is Malo Gusto was sent off, so he'll see 3 matches gone.
Yeah.
But you do have Andre Santos, you've got Romeo Lavia, and you've also got Cole Palmer to come back into the fold, which is going to make some shifts to that defensive setup. But
start Enzo, I've still got all players
nailed. But Reece James definitely locked in for the next 3 weeks. He is Chelsea's second best player behind Palmer, and he's absolutely a stud. Obviously you and I were so keen. Like after this game, we both said to each other, like Reece James, you're in for Truffer, you're in for Hartman, like whoever you're in for.
Yeah,
because he's been obviously in such incredible form. Like he's not cheap. I think he was like 8 points. 8.5 million, which is a lot.
I didn't really expect him to go up 2.2 mil this week. I thought it was more like 1.5, which would have been acceptable. But 8.5 million. I mean, shit, he's a good player, and Gusto is out, so that right back spot is his for the next 3 weeks. There's no rotation risk. I actually really liked Gusto in the midfield the last week, but then he proceeded to just look like a spud in it this week and get himself sent off. So I'd assume James will probably go back to DM and do their old strategy that way and have Gusto to right back when he comes back.
Less appealing at the base in the midfield.
It's even at 8.5 million. It's super hard to ignore Reece James now. Look at Chelsea.
Of course, minus 16 break even as well. The fixtures are incrable. It's Sunderland, Tottenham, Wolves, and then Burnley, I think. So like it's very good, obviously, but 8.5 million is a lot. If you've listened to us for the last 8 weeks, you know that we're very wary on buying players at a high, but I still think there's a bit more room to go for James, and he could be the best. He could be better than Munoz if he stays fit, but the problem is he never staying fit, but body looks good. Maresca's trusting him again, which is fantastic to see. So we'll talk about him more in detail as the episode goes on. This game has taken up way too much time. Josh Acheampong, 26 points, 1 goal. He continues to find a way to haul.
What a player.
He's been great. He's been absolutely great. He's slotted in when Chelsea's defense has fallen apart, and he's sort of returning every second or third week, which is great. Pedro Neto, 23 points, 1 goal, 1 assist. We touched on Gusto sent off as well. From the eye test, Reece James, we've mentioned him. People just on the watch list, probably Acheampong, James, and Neto. Neto probably the most nailed out of the 3 of those guys. You expect his position in the team to be relatively safe. Let's move into Brighton 2, Newcastle 1. Brighton 0.91 XG to 1.45 for Newcastle. So feel probably slightly lucky to come away with 3 points. Danny Welbeck, inevitable. 23 points, 2 goals. He's stud. Nick Voldemarte, 13 points with a goal, and Jorginho Ruta with 12 points and a goal. Sorry, 12 points and an assist. For the injury and rotation risk, Diego Gomez subbed off the 36-minute mark after passing a fitness test on his thigh before the game, then taking a bit of a hit to the same area. Eye test, Nick Voldemarte is him. Danny Welbeck, unreal. Sven Botman is a fraud. I think you put that in there purely because you bought him.
But the thing is I didn't put it in there just because I bought him in SuperCoach. It's because he personally was the reason that Danny Welbeck scored his second goal and gave Brighton the win. Because, mate, that piece of defending to just let Welbeck just slip in behind you was just shocking. It's just embarrassing, really, for who was once said to be a world-class centre back. So.
Danny Welbeck's a world-class centre forward, mate. So put some respect on.
Man United legend.
Oh god, my brim is uneven. I need to fix it eventually. So I was sitting in the cold plunge on Monday, listening to a podcast, like just a football podcast about like tactics and whatnot. And yeah, like Yakuba Minter has just been great. Like the problem with Yakuba Minter in the years gone past is he's always been a rotation risk. Like it's always been, name's escaping me. Japanese winger for
Matoma.
Brighton. Matoma, yeah. Kara Matoma has always been the mainstay in this Herzl system. Minter's always been like one of the best PPM players in the league in terms of any fantasy football you play, but too many weeks went by where he's getting 54, 56, 61 minutes and never playing the games out. And it would always put him off. But he's been locked in now. He's sort of earned the trust of Herzl, and he's just been absolutely world class. I was looking at him. I was like, oh, I'm really keen to buy Minter. And then you look at his price, and he's like
11.5 mil.
Nearly $12 million. And it's not through like one big haul and getting a massive price spike.
Yeah.
He's been 8, 13, 15, 12, 11, 8. Like he's just been the utmost level of consistency.
Yep.
He racks up shots, he racks up dribbles, he racks up take-ons. He's just an attacking absolute demon. The draw is United at Old Trafford, into Leeds, into Palace, into Brentford, into Forest, into Villa, West Ham. So I would say it's a pretty good like 8 week stretch for Yakuba Minter. If you still have held on to Cole Palmer for whatever reason, he's out for another 8 weeks. I don't see a reason why you don't take Yakuba Minter.
Yeah, and I'm sort of in the same scenario, and I'm sure a few people are too, with a guy we'll touch on in a second when we get to the Leeds game, Sean Longstaff. He's sort of now topped out in price at 11 mil, and there's no one in midfield I really like besides Yakuba Minter, and it's just sort of, I guess just deciding if I can really pay 11.5 million for Yakuba Minter. That's the only way it's stopping me right now. But take the name and the team out of it. He's a fantastic football player, and shit. I mean, I might do it this week, pending what I do.
Yeah, the thing is, like, we're very hesitant to jump on a hot hand, but Minter's not a hot hand. He's just consistent as hell. A goal and assist from Minter nets you 35 points. Like it's a monster haul. Whereas like like 2 goals from Haaland, we saw was only 20 points. Obviously, being a midfielder helps him. He'll get the clean sheet points if Brighton ever decide to fix up the defense. But he's just involved in everything, and I'm a huge Yakuba Minter fan. So I think he's a fantastic purchase if you are looking at him. Denny Welbeck an option at all? No. Hope this helps.
Hey, you can't knock it. Look at my goat. 7.4 went up 2.2 mil this week. Negative 14 break even.
In game that he started though, -4, 3, 18, which was nice. 0 in 90 minutes against Wolves, which is
18 was in 23 minutes.
Oh, sorry, 23 minutes.
How did
0
do that?
Against probably would have come on and scored 2. 18 90 minutes against Wolves for a 0 is
that's shambolic.
That's a game. And obviously, the 23 against Newcastle for Welbeck. Obviously, same draw as Minter. Look, no, not for me. When you have 3 forwards, when you have 3 forwards, one of them's held up by Haaland. A lot of people are probably looking at jumping on a Primo if they still have Thiago, or like a cheapie in like,
there's a certain Arsenal winger who is looking damn near impossible to avoid very, very soon. And we'll touch on him when we get to the Arsenal game.
Didn't know you were a big Leandro Trossard guy. Glad to see that we will talk about him.
No, we're talking about Gabriel Martinelli, of course.
I thought you're waiting for the Mikel Merino dual position to come in.
Mate, where is it?
Burnley 2-0 leads with Burnley. Do we have this XG right? Burnley scoring 2.
No, it's correct.
Burnley with the 0.45 XG to 2.63.
We've touched on this. Burnley at home, one of the 5 boring teams. They like to play 9 at the back and just play counter-attack ball. And it's what they did. And it bloody works for them at home. Big ups
to
Martin, they love a game
Martin Dubravka. He's been great. Kyle Walker, your boy, 22 points, 1 goal and an assist. Sorry, 1 assist and a clean sheet. Ukachukwu, 17 points and a goal. And Martin Dubravka, 15 points, a clean sheet and about 40,000 saves. Kyle Walker, unreal. I feel like we've now written this twice, which is twice too many in the last month.
Yeah, big problem. And the biggest problem is he's now looking like probably the cash generator if you need cash, which is disgusting to say.
I couldn't even tell you how much he was because I have not looked at him. How much is
he? He's like still at his starting price. He's like he's like 4.8 maybe.
Oh,
something like that.
4.2 with a minus 11 break even.
Cheaper.
Oh wow! Why? Yeah, he's just been. He's had.
I think he's on assist back-to-back week or something.
No. He's got 111, 1575, 122.
No. Those fives and ones. There's a -1. There's another negative one.
A -5 and a -1 and a -1. Two minus -1.
There's three negatives in there.
Shout out Kyle Walker. Is he an option?
Kyle Walker. No,
but he'll make you some money, which is sure. Yeah, Sean Longstaff are scoring back-to-back 8s and being 11 mil mid. What? Sean Longstaff. Is he a must? Oh no, God,
he must trade out.
Oh yeah, of course. I think I wasn't keen on the purchase a couple of weeks ago, but if you did jump on, like he's
this is sort of why I've put this in. He's
set pieces now, so like Anton Stacks is offset pieces.
I am not trading him out this week, and it's partially because like I said before, I don't like any of the midfield options. But if I was to trade to, it's West Ham at home. Like that's just a free win. No, but without using the trade and going to Yakuba Minter, Longstaff's basing 8 in the past 5 weeks, like literally 6 weeks. If you take out the Fulham game, he's basing 8. So if I was to just make that trade to Minter, I'm basically trading to the same player. Just
I think
with a slight he's obviously Minter's got a bit more of attacking threat, but if Longstaff could just sit there and for a little bit and just chug along with 8s, he'll sit at 10 mil.
Yeah, this is the peak, right? Like if you hold him, you have to be prepared for him to go down to like 8.5 or 9 at times. The base is fine. He's on set pieces. Anton Stach is off them. I think like Anton Stach is becoming at risk of being a rotation risk, which was a Longstaff be on set pieces for pretty much full time. So like I don't hate it. He's against West Ham at home, which is a decent fixture. I think Leeds' draw actually isn't too bad as well. Brighton, Forest, Villa in the next month as well, so not too bad. And then it does go into City, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Crystal Palace all within a 4-week stretch, a 5-week stretch. So jump off then.
Yeah, my plan is to just simply hold him. Hope that he stays around the 10 mil mark, around that area, which I think he could do, even if he has like another cheek. If he keeps scoring 8s, he'll stay around 9.5 to 10. And the plan is to just jump off when there actually is a good midfield option, because right now I'm not. There is no one that I'm liking right now.
I'm very tempted to play 5-2-3 this week. I'm very tempted to play 5-2-3. Midfield's been quite grim, and until someone keeps saying
I'm playing a 5-3-3 or whatever.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm playing 5-3-2. I'm playing 3 in midfield.
This is a game that I didn't expect. Palace 3, Bournemouth 3, 4.44 to 2.03 XG. Jean-Philippe Mateta, 35 points with a hat trick. Cripper Jr., 21 points and 2 goals. And our boy, Death Taxes and Daniel Munoz balling, 14 points.
Should have had 2
conceded 3. In a side they conceded 3, still put up 14 points. What a guy. So 4.44 XG for Palace, created a lot, didn't defend well. Bournemouth didn't defend well, which is a surprise. In a Glasner and Iriola matchup, you expect it to be quite defensive, but guns to the wall, which is great. We did see Evan Nilsson not start, which saw Cripper Jr. come in and start and take 2 goals very, very well.
What a guy. He's awesome.
Evan Nilsson's going to be out for a couple of weeks, so Cripper Jr. wheels up.
Cripper Jr. is awesome. Evan Nilsson's got his spot to worry about when he comes back.
I'm a bit annoyed because I did sort of look at Mateta very briefly, but I thought, Bournemouth into Arsenal, they're pretty crap games, and now he's just absolutely hauled. So big ups there. But Semenyo didn't do a whole lot this game, but not too worried. But this game was just end to end. So if you had anyone from this game, you would have done very well. Anyone on the attacking side of things, if you had a Trufer or a Senesi or something like that, you obviously didn't fare too well.
Thank God Adrian Truffett's reign of terror is over.
Well, I benched him this week though, so like it doesn't count. It's a blip. It's a blip in the ocean. So a zero on my bench was fantastic. Manchester City 2, Everton 0. At halftime, I was like, oh, by the way, I looped. I VC'd Kukurea. He got 14. We've said on this podcast, 13 is questionable. 14 is a slam dunk loop. Took the points, and at halftime, I was like, I'm a wizard. Shout out David Moyes. He's helping me out here. And then, James Tarkowski just decided to, obviously checked his FPL team at halftime and said, oh, shit, I've actually captained Haaland this week. I need to let him score 2. So thanks to your forward team. Yes, Haaland bagged a double. He also scored again overnight, so he's that guy.
I'm pretty sure he's now broken Ronaldo's record for most goals consecutively in all comps.
Probably. Wouldn't surprise.
I think.
I put a thing up.
I think they were tied on 12 before last night, and then he broke it last night.
I put a stat up in the WhatsApp. Let me stall for some time, and I will pull it up because it was
Haaland 13 goals in a row.
Erling Haaland has
13 games with 13 goals.
No. He's got 23 goals in 13 games. This season. So he had a double against Wolves, blanked against Spurs, then scored against Brighton, scored against Finland, scored 5 against Moldova, scored a double against United, 1 against Napoli, 1 against Arsenal, 2 against Burnley, 2 against Monaco, 1 against Brentford, 3 against Israel, 2 against Everton, and then 1 again overnight in the Champions League. So he's now scored 24 goals in 14 appearances this year. That is career mode numbers. He's killing it right now.
That sounds like Benjamin Sesko when I signed him to my FM21 save for I can't remember who my team was, Boreham Wood, I think. And he broke every record possible for goals.
Haaland's now up to 17.2 million. I'm just having a look at Salah last year. Obviously, Salah broke the record last year.
I think he got up to 20 something.
Salah got up to 20 and a half, basically. So not too far away. Off the 21.9 million, and that was off the back of goodness me. For anyone that's playing FPL this year for the first time, have a listen to this run from Salah. 21, 13, 12, 18, 22, 19, 30, 12, 35, 16, 30, 11.
Thickening.
That's insane.
Could you imagine Haaland didn't blank against Tottenham, though?
Oh, man.
That stunted his growth instantly because he had a feature against Wolves the week before.
One blank in this, it kills you. Like, to be fair, Haaland this year, 22, 3, 14, 24, 11, 27, 11, 23. Like, in absolute a league of his own right now. The 3 best players in the world, probably Mbappe, Haaland, and Harry Kane. And it's going to be a really good shootout for the Ballon d'Or between the 3 of those. But Savinho also got on the whole sheet, 15 points with an assist, and O'Reilly with 14 points and an assist as well.
Fraud. Absolutely.
Tell me about it.
I've got beef with Nick O'Reilly.
Oh yeah, so do I. I can never pick his minutes. Sort of revealed after this game that Jarrett Branthwaite had some complications with his hamstring injury, so he's out for another 4 months. Michael Keane, I wish I jumped on him sooner because we sort of looked at him very early on. We were like, oh, if Michael Keane keeps starting, he could be an option, but he's now 10 million in SuperCoach. But I think in FPL he's like 4.5, so definitely worth having a look at in that format. But yeah, I'm not touching him in SuperCoach. What else happened in this game? Iliman and Die.
Did you watch this game?
I watched the highlights. I'm very confident that Iliman and Die is not playing for Everton. He's not playing for Everton next year.
Oh my god! This game could have potentially we had a chance to win this game just because Iliman and Die was on the football pitch, and now everyone's starting to notice it, and he's going to go to Chelsea for 60 million next year, and I'm going to cry. And the worst part about it is we're going to take whatever if we can get 60 mil for him, they're going to take it in a heartbeat. We're not trying to win the Prem. We're just trying to build money up now because we're that far in the dumps with finances that
this reeks of like 38 million to Tottenham.
I reckon I'm like almost. There's been no rumors or anything like that, but I am so guaranteed that he's going to Chelsea. I don't know why, but I've just locked it in.
He needs to be playing Champions League football. He's very, very good. Sunderland 2, Wolves 0, or should I say prime Bayern Munich 2, Wolves 0. Sunderland just look unbelievable. They look absolutely unbelievable. Defensive masterclass. They continue to overperform XG, 0.65 again. Michaeli, 29 points and a goal. Whom, 20 points and an assist. And Daniel Ballard, week one hero, 15 points with a clean sheet. You've put here in the eye test. Wolves still suck. Yes. Yeah. Mukiele, I feel like we spoke about him when he was like 4.9.
When he came into the league, we spoke
and we were
about
like,
him.
I think
We were like, oh, he's a bit of a player, but we'll see what happens. And then
I think he may have hauled. Yeah, he may have hauled. He was 5.9 at the end of game week 5.
He got a clean sheet against Palace, and then we were like, oh, he's got Villa and Forest.
Yeah, because he went up to 5.9, and we were like, oh, it feels a little bit expensive. But yeah, since then he's gone 10, 12, 5, 29, and he's now going to be he's
like
currently 10 million
next week.
10 million at the moment with a -5 break even. So if you did jump on Naughty Michaeli, then you've done absolutely fantastic.
Sunderland, fun fact, Sunderland, who didn't have a player over 4.5 million to start the season when the season started, now have, I believe it's 4 players in the top 20 most expensive players in the database. So shout out Sunderland, my goats.
Incredible. And
Wolves and the boys.
Wolves suck. You've put here Kyle Walker captain. Sure.
Because Wolves play Burnley this week.
Yeah. Shirley Hartman, triple captain. Fulham 0-1 to the Arsenal. 1-0 to the Arsenal. 1.87 XG for Arsenal. They're starting to look a lot better with attack. Gabriel, he's very good. He's a player that did 20 points, clean sheet, assist. Also had a goal and an assist and a clean sheet overnight in just 60 minutes in the Champions League. So he's
very excited to use his team of the season card in FIFA when it comes out.
Yes, because he'll definitely be getting one. He is going to be 13.7 million.
He could miss the rest of the season and damn near still get one.
Mate, he's gonna be 14 million next week, and so well done if you went him. I went on William Saliba, which I'm not upset about, but yeah, 13 million for Gabriel. He's absolutely flying and will be essential. Probably not now. He's probably just too expensive at the moment, but yeah, Arsenal just look incredible defensively. Joaquin Anderson picked up a hamstring injury, probably miss a couple of weeks. It hasn't been confirmed at the severity of it, but we know the nature of muscular injuries and a guy like Joaquin Anderson coming off, then I would imagine he's going to be a couple of weeks. Saka was great. Yeah, Saka's been really, really good since he's come back. Obviously, shock horror as well. One of the best wingers in the world, is good at football. And now begs the question, when do we pull the trigger on Bukayo Saka? You sort of alluded to him before. Unfortunately, we aren't going to talk about Leandro Trossard, which sucks.
No. He's got a goal, though.
Shout out. 9.22 million for Bukayo Saka. Does play Palace this week, who, just shipped 3 to Bournemouth. But after that, it's Burnley, Sunderland, Tottenham, Chelsea, Brentford, Villa, Wolves, Everton, Brighton, Villa, Bournemouth. So really, really nice run up until game week 20. Then do take on Liverpool at the Emirates. But basically, they play who are we considering good? The top 4 teams, basically. So they play Tottenham and Chelsea back-to-back. Tottenham, Chelsea back-to-back. I don't know if we're calling
Tottenham good. They're
we'll call Chelsea, Arsenal, City, and them. That's about it. So they Liverpool. Play Chelsea. I don't know if they're good these days. No. Chelsea in 13, Liverpool in 21, Chelsea in 28, City in 33. So yeah, you've got a really good run of Saka. Yeah, I'm looking at. I don't know when to pick him up. Like I bought Salah for the fixtures.
The fact I can go to Igor Thiago to Bukayo Saka and make 600k this week has me quite enticed.
I think you have to do it. I'm looking at Benjamin Sesko, but he got benched last week, so maybe I pull the pin on him early, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But yeah, Saka's looking like an absolute must.
Yeah. Also, just quickly in this game, Saka earned a pen that was rubbed out by VAR, but just before it got rubbed out, he had the ball in his hands ready to take it.
Yeah, he's not giving that away. So yeah, I think Saka's firmly on pens.
Saka's back on pens, I reckon. Pretty safe.
Back on pens for Saka. In saying that, the big Swede, Yorkerej, picked up a double overnight. There were 2 very, very easy goals, but still, hey.
Is he just a flat track bully?
Oh,
do we need to have this conversation? Because I don't think I've seen him produce an team that actually can function on a football pitch yet.
No.
But he's like 6 mil now, so and he's getting down.
Yeah, it could be enticing, but yeah, for me it's Bukayo Saka, especially at 9.9 million. Like it's a no-brainer. We'll talk about him. I believe he's probably in the top 10 most purchased, so we'll talk about him. Tottenham 1, Aston Villa 2. Thomas Frank out, getting out, bum. Manager of the month in the first month, now get him out. He's done. Rodrigo Bentancur 18 points, and Paulinho. That probably tells you everything you need to know about this game. If Rodrigo Bentancur and Paulinho are your 2 top scorers, and Emi Buendia, shout out our Norwich goat. They're the top 3 scorers of this game. That probably tells you everything. Ollie Watkins did get benched in this game. Morgan Rogers.
Shout out to your pod play.
Yeah, doing very, very well. That's Ollie Watkins. It's going great. I mean, I would have been better off just holding Saka for the 5 weeks.
He hasn't priced yet. He's got to be close. How much is Ollie Watkins?
I think we were talking about this last week.
He's 5.9 with a 14 break even. He's got City this week.
We spoke about this last week. We said there's a real chance Ollie Watkins' price starts with a 4 within the next month, and that
I think it's within the next week now.
Kind of tempted. Yeah, mate, he's washed. I honestly, back in game week 2 when I went Saka to Watkins, I was probably better off just holding Saka, to be honest. I probably think he's outscored Watkins in the week that he's been back. So
yeah, that's true.
Yep. So Liverpool 1, Manchester United 2. Harry Maguire, Mayor of Merseyside, 2.75 XG for Liverpool to 1.34 to Manchester United. Harry Maguire, 20 points, top scorer of this game. Big forehead, big goal, clutch man. Absolute fraud. The Dutch fraud.
One of the games.
This was a game.
One of the
the Dutch fraud, Cody Gakpo, absolutely butchering my Mo Salah pick. Salah should have 2 assists. And Gakpo
shout out Cody Gakpo, who should have scored 5, but hit the post 3 times and then absolutely skied one in his last one.
And a few of them came off Salah's boot. There was one where he put it across the Salah.
Legitimately should have scored 5. Legitimately should have scored 5. Yeah, Salah should have had a. He deserved better.
Salah should have hauled, and I was filthy because I look like a genius, and Gakpo's cucked me. Brighton Bournemouth with 13 points and a goal. So Liverpool's defensive midfielder depth is now going to be very much tested, as Ryan Gravenberch was subbed off with a twisted ankle. Didn't play Champions League, and
he's 50-50 apparently, according to Schlott.
Sure.
So, and then McAllister's cooked. Curtis Jones sucks.
Van Dijk just butchered McAllister's head and he had him taped up. And I sent you a photo. I said negative aura. He just didn't look good. I thought there was a reason why United won this game. Casemiro subbed off with an injury and could miss this week as well. So that's why United got the win.
Shout out Cody Gakpo, who had 1.5 XG by himself.
Yeah, and about 1.4 of that. 1.4 that was created by Salah. Filthy.
Yeah, and 1.3 of that went off the post.
Harry Maguire was very good. Ahmad was very good until he was subbed off as well. Salah and Isak have been disappointing. Salah's not Salah of last year, but I didn't pay Salah of last year's price. And maybe it's some copium for me, but should have had 2 assists this game, but not to be. The draw is still good enough that I'm happy to take it. Salah again benched in the Champions League, so he's no longer that man that will play every single minute of every single game. So not great. And Hugo Ekitike obviously had a pretty good game against his old club in Eintracht Frankfurt overnight as well in the Champions League. You said, do we even bother looking at Salah now before AFCON? The price is nice, but the caliber of player, he just looks off. He's 7.7 million.
At this point, right, there's what? We're in game week 9 now. AFCON starts in 2 months. You're going to have to trade him back out in 2 months. Is it worth even going for him at this point? Like,
what
I'm so locked into Hull and Saka, and I still have Kudus, who's just he's just there. But I could go Kudus to Salah and make 2 million, and I just don't want to.
I can give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players at least that I'd have over Salah. And so I'd have Semenyo, I'd have Mateta, I'd have Iliman Ndiaye, I'd have Pedro Neto, I'd have...
Say his name. Say it.
Ismail Assar.
You haven't said Brian Mbeumo yet.
Nick Voltemade. I did look at Mbeumo. You could make the argument you have Mbeumo over Salah.
I'd rather have Mbeumo over Salah. 100%.
Nick Voldemarte. I'd probably take your Croatia over Salah at the moment with the draw that Arsenal have. Until he shows me something. I bought him as a pod player. I bought him as like a bit of an upside pick. Like it's Salah for 8 million. Like, yeah, we'll roll the dice. But if we're like a wild card in this game, I wouldn't have Salah in it, especially with AFCON coming up. So, look, hopefully he calls for me, but yeah, I probably wouldn't be jumping on. Like I said, there's probably 10 other forwards that I'd like to
Danny
take.
Welbeck over Salah? Question mark.
All right, West Ham North 2 to Brentford. West Ham, we suck.
Sorry, can you just? What is Nuno thinking with that lineup? Why are we bringing out 6 19-year-olds?
Vibes. I'm kneeling, by the way. Vibes. Sure, I don't know. Weird lineup, weird coach, weird club.
Benching potentially your player of the season so far in El Hadji Malik Diouf, not even just like SuperCoach wise, like genuinely West Ham's best player, and benching him for Kyle Walker-Peters and Oliver Scarles. It's a choice.
Yep. West Ham versus
and shout out Konstantinos Mavropanos, who's out for a while now after having surgery on something.
Yeah, I saw that today. Sure. West Ham versus Millwall going to hit like crack in week 20 of the championship next year. It's going to be unreal when we're coached by, I don't know, Chris Wilder. What's Chris Hughton doing? He'll be coaching. He'll be coaching.
What's Tony Pulis up to?
Mate, I'll take you. We suck. We're getting relegated. Yeah, Bowen. What are we doing with him? What are you doing with him? Because for me, I've got a hold because he's everything that we've got, and that's about it.
I said it in the thoughts here. It's West Ham. It was a weird lineup. Bench most of the best performing players from all this season, and this game seriously was just Bowen versus the world. He was the only one providing anything. And I think if you don't own Bowen, or if you do own Bowen, I think just 100% hold. Price is going to drop, but it's whatever. We know he's going to be fine. But once Nuno sorts this lineup back out and at least puts some creativity back into it, I think there will be contributions to come for Jared Bowen.
Am I crazy to mention this?
I'm not too concerned. I looked at it and I'm
away to Leeds is like, oof.
But at the same time, it's Leeds and they're so unpredictable, even though it is Ellen Road and they're going to play very boring. Sean Longstaff or Jared Bowen as to start this week? Like that's the question on my lips right now.
The immovable object versus the unstoppable force. It's goodness me. We suck. I've got to play the leave the football, but that's probably me supporting West Ham.
Football before the football leaves you.
Who are we putting on fraud watch this week? For me, it's got to be Mo. Actually, it's got to be Cody Gakpo because he's just cost my boy Mo Salah. But also putting on fraud watch. We didn't mention it. Putting on fraud watch Ruben Amorim for benching Benjamin Sesko.
I'm also going to put him on fraud watch for taking off Ahmad, who was quite easily United's best player for the first 60 minutes of that game. Like, and no one else was even close to Ahmad, and he took him off. Fair enough. My fraud watch this week goes to Thomas Frank's lovely men at the back, Mickey van der Ven and Pedro Porro. Shout out the boys. User frauds, yous have sucked since most people have jumped on you. And I'm seriously now considering one of my favorite fullbacks in the Prem, Pedro Porro, isn't a season keeper anymore. Which it takes a tough man to admit that now after what he's done against multiple teams. But he has Everton this week, so he's getting one last chance. And if he doesn't contribute against Everton, we've got big issues.
Well, it's a win-win for you, right? Because if he does nothing, you're like, obviously Everton did something in this game. But if he cooks, you're like, oh, well, I own him. So
the big problem, I think the biggest problem I have is I'm benching both my Tottenham players and starting my Everton player. So you can basically lock in a Tottenham 3-0 win.
1-0 with a random Colin Whiting winner in like the 80th minute off like a random Rodrigo Bentancur assist. Let's move into the SuperCoach talking points heading into this week.
Can't go on like this, can it?
It can.
Shout out to the top scorer, Gunner Guy, coached by Daniel 189.
That name is like, if it's spelled like with an E, that's Daniel House. Shout out Bornowers.
Yes.
Daniel House.
189 for him. Haaland captain for 23, has Reece James, has Mukiele, and has Gabriel as well. So some pretty monstrous scores from them. quick updates from around our mini league. Richie's Rockstars, Richard, first in the mini league and third overall, scored 145 this week. So shout out to you, mate. Let's move into the game week preview. We'll talk about the trade trends, talk about the players that we want to keep, and whether we agree with them or not.
We cannot replace him. We cannot.
Me,
No, we can't.
me with my Robert Sanchez 11-pointer.
Me
Talking
with
about the
German
trade,
and die.
talking about the trade trends. No surprise, it is Reece James at the top of the list. Over 10% of managers bringing him in this week. 8.6 million off the back of a 2.2 million pound price rise and 2.7 for the season. Taking on Chelsea at home, mate. We spoke about Malagusto missing the next 3 weeks, and we spoke about Mark Gui potentially starting this week, which would see João Pedro
Yes.
push back to 10, which would see Enzo Fernandez play at the base in the midfield. So it would probably give us a couple of weeks of Reece James at right back. Look, it's hard to say no.
I'm not going to knock him.
No, of course I can't knock it either. It's not something not that I can do right now.
I would like to do it, but yeah, I just can't. I don't love the fact of having 2 defense stacks, especially when they're slightly unpredictable teams. Like Tottenham, unpredictable now, especially Chelsea. They can be very unpredictable. Like they can show up, or they can have that United game like they had a few weeks back. And having Cucurella and Reece James just doesn't sit right with me. But yeah, if you
and Sanchez, so I can't do it.
If you want to go Reece James, I'm not going to knock it at all. He's a fantastic option, even at the price. I'd still take him damn near at that price anyway.
Yeah, if you've got no Chelsea coverage, I think it's almost a no-brainer. But yeah, Deadly and I both have double Chelsea defense, so it's not something I can do. But yeah, Reece James, absolute stud if he stays fit. Probably will be the top scoring defender if he stays fit. So you get him at a discount. Just if you've never followed football, you're treading on thin ice every week. He's a very, very injury-prone man. Yeah, I'm sort of looking at his profile as number 2 most traded in players. Leslie Ugachukwu, 5.7 million. Chelsea icon, yes. This comes off the back of a 14-pointer against Aston Villa in week 7 into a 17-pointer against Leeds. Worth noting, the minutes have been very inconsistent this year. 28 minutes, 69 minutes, 76 minutes, 84 minutes, 11 minutes, 34, 83. Very much
the red
all
card
over the
game
place.
also definitely didn't help as well.
Yeah, so look, red card in 4 against Liverpool, missed game week 5 against whoever they played, then came back in against City. So look, it's a no from me, dog.
It's a definite no for me.
Way too
Leslie Ugachukwu scoring 2 goals from CDM. Cool. Congratulations. I'm not buying him. He's good. If he starts this week against Wolves, best wishes for your 4 points. I just hope you're not playing him on field.
Yeah, no, it's for me. This is definitely actually now I see the price. I'm coming around to it. It's got some movement. Robert Sanchez, 3.8 million. I paid a lot more for that at the start of the year. So you're buying him.
I got my money's worth out of him. I don't mind.
You're paying almost at the lowest. But yeah, 3.8 million for a starting keeper in the top 5 teams. It's sure. Yep.
Yeah, it goes back to the same thing with Reece James, I reckon. Especially if you're looking to buy James and Sanchez, I don't love it. If you already have Cucurella, and like we'll get to him in a second, but Achimpong and Cucurella also in the top 10 most purchased. So yeah, people jumping on Chelsea defense. I'd love to only just take one of them.
Yeah, it's not a fun watch. Watching Chelsea defend. It is not fun.
There's 100% someone out there that's boosting this week, getting Reece James, Sanchez, and probably Achimpong in.
Oh, 100%.
And if you're that guy, stop it. Stop now.
Shout out to you. It's a nervous watch. This guy features in the list every single week. 1 week it'll be the most purchased, 1 week, and the next it'll be the most sold. He is the most, I would say, the most divisive player in any fantasy football, and it is Bruno Fernandes. 8.9 million. Tell you what, low-key, been kind of unreal. He has gone 8-1, 18, 8-1, 8-1, 18, 6, 16, -2, and he missed the pen. So that's probably like a 20-point game.
The one was also a missed pen too.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
He's on for damn near Haaland numbers. If
both these pens go in, it's like a 8, 19, 18, 6, 16, 15, 10, 11. Like it's a really good season. 8.9 million. Bruno Fernandes, I think he's a must-have. I just think if you don't have him, get him in. I think he's a must-have. Playing at the base of midfield, racking up defensive contributions, still loves to push forward.
Yeah.
If
If you don't own him, he's easily my number one trade in this week, and that's just it's not even like there's any thought behind it. It's just because there is no one else in midfield that can even do it like him at all. Especially right now with the way the midfielders look, Bruno's number one. It's not even close.
Yeah, oh goodness, I'm very tired. I'm so old. I can't record past 10 o'clock. Josh Achampong, 5.6 million, 5.96 million. Sorry. Look, it looks great on paper, but this Chelsea defense, it changes every week. I can't, unless your name's Marco Correa, Reece James, or Robert Sanchez. I just can't do it.
Yeah, I mean he's been fantastic, but there is a point where they will rotate it, especially with Champions League and whatnot. That where they go, they have Achampong and Chalobah, or the next game they have, Badiashile and Tosin, or something like that. It's just I would rather take the fullbacks out of that Chelsea defense for sure.
Yeah, if we look at sort of the lineup overnight, it was Jorgensen and then a back four of Hato, Tosin, Fofana, and Caicedo with Lavia and Fernandes in the midfield, and then like Gittins, Buonanotte, Esteval, and Mark Guia. So very much a rotated team, but yeah, no Chalobah in there. Tosin sort of getting some match fitness back, and he came off at halftime as well. So it's too much. If you told me he started 5 of the next 6 games, yeah, I'm keen. 5.6 million, but it's just this Enzo Maresca system. It's so up and down. They're so deep, this Chelsea side, so it's tough for me to look at. Nick Voltemate, 8.8 million, home against Fulham this week, has gone up 2.3 million off the back of a $1.2 million price rise. He's really good. Nick Voltemate is really, really good.
You know what I really like about Nick Voltemate? He's just got vibes. He oozes vibes. He's got bulk vibes.
Which is what we're here
buy him just the vibes.
But I'll tell you what, vibes is great.
That goal am I tripping, or is that goal he scored last week getting underrated? The back.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, like it's probably not getting the respect it deserves in terms of the finishing. But
mate, that was cheeky.
When I saw the fee, like it was like 60 million for a guy who was sort of unproven in the Bundesliga, and I was like, oh, it's a bit strange, but brings a lot of physicality to the Prem, which people's foreign strikers struggle with. But look, I love vibes, but I also love a guy that puts up 14, 2, 10, 13, 13 points. So averaging, north of 10, which is fantastic, and really good price. Johan Visser still nowhere near back in the fold. So
yeah,
I think he's played himself in.
Visser is still at least 3 weeks out. So you get
but
at
I also
least
don't think
3
Visser
weeks.
just comes in and starts solely. So yeah, I'm really keen on Voltemate if you want to pick him up, especially with how poor some of the forward options are at the moment. And yeah, I'd have him over Salah all day long. Next player on the list, mate, is Mark Cucurella, 7.67 million. Copy and paste Reece James.
Yeah, season keeper. Either him or James, whichever one you decide. If you have both of them, fair, but I hope you don't have Sanchez as well. I don't love it. But yeah, take one of Reece James and him, and there can be one of your season keepers. I think you damn near have to have one of your Chelsea's defense. As much as we're sort of criticizing having 2, I think you have to have at least one, especially with this run they got coming up.
Yeah, no, agreed. Number 8 on the list, Jean-Philippe Mateta, 10 million on the dot. Went up 2.2, has gone up 2.7 on the season. Look, they're creating bulk chances for Mateta. He just cannot finish. And funnily enough, you say that after he scored a hat-trick, but he still underperformed his XG, and he scored a hat-trick.
He should have scored
4.
He skied the winner. Absolutely skied the winner.
He had 6 big chances and about 3.5 XG. He's underperformed his XG grossly this season. Like, he'll get chances, but I'm not sure 10 million. I'd just rather have Saka.
Yeah. I mean, shit, he's going to make... He might be damn near 14 mil, which is cool, yeah. But
he's also the guy that... he's one of the streakiest players. Like, he could be 15 million, but he could also, in about 6 weeks' time, be back down to like 5. Super
and one thing
guy.
I really don't love is the attack for Palace now is just so built on Ismail Assar and Munoz, their build-up attack.
No.
And if one of them, misses a game or picks up an injury, I damn near Klum Mateti render him useless. once one of
Yeah,
them
or
goes
they just get
down.
marked, or they just get marked out of a game by like a good manager. Like it's tough. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's probably not for me. Pedro Neto, 6.85 million. I'm surprised he's this low. I feel like he's been hauling every week, but obviously not. So
The game where he got subbed off against United within the first minute, like
oh
killed
yes, that would have
everything.
absolutely killed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him. I think he's the most nailed attacker for Chelsea. So there's that, and you're getting him
Yeah.
for 6.8. But I just think there's probably better options that probably present more goal threat.
Yeah, I think especially in the forward line, we've only got 3 of them, as you said. I don't love it spending it on Pedro Neto, even though he is pretty good. If he was a midfielder, I'd probably have him in comfortably. But yeah, forward, I just don't love it.
100%. El Krupi Jr. El Junior Krupi, 5.39 million off the back of a 2 million price rise last week. I need to hear that Evan Nelson's out for like 6 weeks plus to consider this one.
Yeah, he's like potential to play next week, Evan Nilsson. So it's probably a no. But at the same time, kid's got a bit about him, Krupi. But
he's
slightly tough draw for Bournemouth next 3 with Forest, Man City, Villa. So yeah, there is potential for money, but at the same time, you're not going to start him, and he is a massive rotation risk whenever Nelson's back.
If you need a guy to fill a gap for this week and you have no cash, I'd rather just take Mark Gilly at 3.5 million.
If he starts, oh boy.
I think he starts this week, but I think Delap's back into the fold very soon. But yeah, I'm not
mid-November for Delap, so yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
but he's still a rotation with Pedro.
I think Maresca said he's back in training this week, so yeah, soon. But yeah, again, both rotation risks. But if you need a guy, then Gilly's your man. But yeah, I'm not keen on El Junior Krupi. I would need to know that Evan Nelson's out for quite a while. So moving to the guys that we're getting rid of.
FTV Claude, I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked.
It's time to go!
I'm sure you'd be happy with number 1 on this list. It's Mickey van de Ven, 6.9 million. Most sold player this week. Tottenham. They suck.
Yeah, they're poo. It's the Tottenham dream run is like over. I would say it's completely over with Everton this week. Absolute defensive threats Everton are, especially at home. Shout out James Tarkowski, even though he's scared of Erling Haaland. But yeah, I think I don't. And even during this like good run, I was trying to spot out which of the Spurs players could be potential keepers for the season. I don't think any of them are. Like, I genuinely want to hop off every single one of them. Pedro Porro's like meant to be their best player fantasy wise. He hasn't looked anywhere up to it. Kudus has been good. I've loved owning Kudus as much as he stressed me out. But at the same time, I don't want to keep him for the season. Van de Ven, definitely not a season keeper, especially the way Tottenham are defending. So yeah, I think it's a pretty fair trade out before he starts leaking cash.
Yeah, no, agreed. Sean Longstaff, 11 million. We discussed him. Happy to keep, happy to sell.
He's made his money. If you have someone you like, if you have a Bruno available, I think that's a no doubt slam dunk. But besides that, I think I'm happy to hold because I don't know who to trade him to.
Yeah, cool. Number 3, Jack Grealish. I would guarantee you this is people that probably don't follow week to week, that probably didn't understand why he didn't play last week. He's absolutely fine. If you're one of the 508 people that have sold him, he's absolutely fine. He's a season keeper. Midfielders suck. We discussed this at length. Grealish is one of the ones doing well. Only reason he didn't play last week is because he's on loan from Manchester City and you can't play against your parent club. So absolutely do not sell him. Rinse and repeat for Vicario. He's down to 6 million. That what we said about Van de Ven from Tottenham. Adrian Truffert. I'm on the fence here. 8.1 million. My guy. Cash gen has been stunted. Had a poor game. Obviously, only scored the 0 and somehow didn't make his break even, which was 1. So lost 160k. Does have a pretty up and down set of fixtures. Forest at the Vitality, into City, into Aston Villa, into West Ham, Sunderland, Everton, Chelsea, United. I'm okay to sell. The question is to who to. You probably want to have some cash in the bank to go to a Reece James or even up to a Gabriel. Obviously, like a Munoz if you can get there as well. So you've got to have some cash up your sleeve if you're selling Truffert or going all the way down.
Yeah, I think it's sell when you can is where I sell in Truffert.
Yeah, like I'm very happy to play him this week. He's in my starting team. I think they bounced back quite well. He's got a break even of 8. And so even if he stinks, I don't think Forest are coming out and putting up 3 goals. And we've seen him go under 8s on 3 occasions this year, apart from last week. And one of them was a 7, basically in all base. So yeah, I'm very happy to play him and reassess next week if another defender puts their hand up to be purchased.
This one I really like. I really like this next one.
Yeah, selling Mo Salah at 7.7 million is a choice with the fixtures they've got. I think this is in a strong camp of don't buy, don't sell.
Yep. If you have him, hold. Enjoy.
Yep, absolutely.
Shout out to this next guy, Ryan Gravenberch, down to 9.8 million, basically back to where he was when everyone was jumping on him. Shout out to me, actually, specifically. I'm boosting my own ego here for telling everyone to not buy him after that Everton game. He's since went 7-6-4 after that Everton game, and he's now probably out this week. So if you have him, sell him, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely. Take it. You leave the casino breaking even, which is always a good thing. So stick it out. Papissar, probably copy and paste what we said about the other 2 Tottenham boys. Number 9, we'll have a decent discussion about because he's interesting. And I didn't know that that Santiago Bruno was owned enough to be featured in a top 10 list, but people are selling him. So sure, he's gone up 4 million this year. And
he scored a goal like 4 weeks ago or something.
Is that late here because everyone bought him then? And
then he was like the 4th most bought.
Sure.
He scored a goal 3 weeks ago against Tottenham. Went from 0.2% owned to 2.8. And I'm assuming all of that 2.8 are jumping off.
Well done to you if you bought Santiago Bruno. Shout out.
Hey, he made 2 mil for him. So.
Oh mate, you've done well. That's what I'm saying. Shout out. You're a better manager than me. Number 9, Tajini Reinders hooked before the 60th minute mark. Bench in the Champions League. I think he's all right. I think I'm happy to give it a week, see how he goes, reassess. Midfielders suck. We've said this a million times. If he stinks up again, jump off. I'm probably not going to start him. I'm pretty keen to bench. I'm debating playing a 5-2-3 or a 4-3-3 with Eze. Like right now, Eze's on my bench against Crystal Palace, which feels kind of weird. But yeah, Tajini Ryan is probably not coming anywhere near my team until I see a bit more. He's playing a little bit deeper. Now that Foden's back into the fold, Doku's obviously there. And Savinho is obviously up there as well. So playing a little bit deeper for Reinders. And yes, he was hooked and he only scored the 1 point. I only put the 59 minutes, but yeah, I think midfielders are that bad that I'm happy just to see how this one progresses before making a decision, but probably before Liverpool in 11.
Yeah, I'm in the exact same boat. He hasn't done anything wrong fantasy stand-wise. He's just, hasn't done anything right. That's it. And now he's starting to lose his minutes a little bit.
Don't buy, don't sell. Same as Salah, basically, for me.
Yeah, but it's a definite watch because he's definitely could be a trade out next week, pending what happens in this Villa game.
Big watch.
This was the no-brainer. This was the banker. This was the one that couldn't fail. This was one that's never failed.
Captaincy chat. I don't know why we keep giving 3 options when the top option is it?
I think the only option should just be Haaland.
Oh, I think you could go against it this week. Away against Villa, who are starting to defend quite well.
This guy I'm really interested in.
Oh, I prefer the second shout. So Delhi's written here, Haaland away against Aston Villa. Shock horror. What a pick. What a pick. Number 2, Semenyo home against Nottingham Forest. I kind of don't mind this. But you like Saka home against Crystal Palace. I just worry that there's a masterclass by Oliver Glasner turning up.
A shaky Glasner defense now. At home at the Emirates. They're going to play boring ball. Probably somehow earn a pen. Saka's going to take it. Mate, I am... if I go Saka this week, it's going to be hard for me to make a decision, considering him and Haaland play at the same time.
I'm actually tempted to go against Bruno, to go against Salah in Salah, go against Haaland in both formats. I am looking at Bruno Fernandes home against a very, very open Brighton side. Call me crazy.
Yeah, no, I can't. That should be like that. Hold up, there we go. Fixing up my
Yes. Love a good vice captaincy safety net. Definitely will be looking at Bruno. Kukurea home against Sunderland
for my vice captaincy.
as good as they are defensively, their XG sucks going forward, of course. And Voldemarte home against Fulham with no Wacky Manderson, which could be a very, very nice vice captaincy shout as well. That's going to be sort of it for this week. We're slowly taking out some segments that we feel like could be improved. So we're trying to wrap this one up in around an hour, which I think we can do. Our moves and strategies, mate. After boosting last week, I'm sitting on my hands. People in my team that are on sort of the watch list on the fraud list. True Fert as well, of course. Quinton Hartman was about to go into the Hall of Fame. I was about to say thank you so much, my friend, and move you on. But a 12-pointer. A 12-pointer last week has got the break even, at a 0. So I'll definitely be keeping him around. Van Dijk after 1 week is on the fraud watch. But yeah, that's sort of it. Like obviously Reinders and Simmons, they both suck, but I need a cheapie to emerge so I can sort of do it.
Simmons has been gross.
Yeah, he's 5.4 million. I need a cheapie to emerge so I can go Reinders and Simmons to sort of 1 down, 1 up method.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty happy. Like I would have to listen to Ruben Amorim. Right now, I am starting Benjamin Šeško. I think he probably does get the start this week. Maybe it's copium, but hopefully he does. And but yeah, I'm happy to roll the trades this week, mate. Like bobbing and weaving, still got 36 trades left and 5 boosts. So just assess how we come. What about you? You make any moves?
Yeah. So I was sort of planning on sitting on my hands after I made a trade, like at least one trade every week for the past 5 weeks. I would like to just have a week where I sit on my hands. I've sort of convinced myself now that I'm holding long stuff. He was one that definitely could have gone. The big one is selling Igor Thiago this week for Bukayo Saka, and it's whether I pull the trigger this week on it or next week, because I'm definitely going to do it. But my thing is, I don't know who to bench if I go Saka this week. I don't know who I'm going to bench, but I think I'll probably make that move this. I'll make a live trade move. Igor Thiago out, official Hall of Fame inductee, first ballot. Welcome in Igor Thiago, and Bukayo Saka is coming back into my team after a 6-7 week hiatus, however long. Yeah, that'll be the only trade I make this week for sure.
Interesting. Hot take of the week. I think Bruno Fernandes outscores Erling Haaland this week.
Sean Longstaff outscores Jared Bowen.
I think you're going to say Saka outscore Haaland. We're just going to both shit on Haaland.
Yeah, I like Sean Longstaff outscore Jared Bowen.
I do like that. Deadline reminders this week. I believe we are sitting at 9:30 on Saturday, but I will just finally confirm one more time. We are.
Isn't it 5 o'clock?
No.
We're
6 a.m. So if you're listening to this tomorrow, which would be Friday, make sure you set your teams. And if you're listening to this after Saturday,
the last game last week, they played like 2 days ago. They're getting like a 3-day break.
Yeah, it's pretty grim.
Shut up, West Ham. They're cooked.
We're screwed. 6 a.m. on Sunday, Leeds versus West Ham. I wouldn't imagine that affects too many people.Maybe just Bowen, and he's probably an auto start. Yeah,
come on.
You're starting both those guys.
I started.
But then after that, you've got the 1 o'clock game on Sunday morning. So we will see you on the other side. We'll see you for Game Week 10 next week. I've been the SC Whisperer, coach of Charlie XCX, joined by my co-host SC Deadly, coach of Stephen Pina. We will see you next week. Everton Legend. Thank you so much for listening to us. Have a good one. Farewell.
Bye.